Sally that girl in the kitchen. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sally that girl in the kitchen. In today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to make Almodrote de Berejena. What is that, you may ask yourself? Well, it is a baked eggplant and cheese casserole. It is a Sephardic-Turkish delicacy that has been handed down in my family for generations. It is simple and easy to put together, but the results are delicious. It is so yummy. You are going to love it. So let's not wait another second and let's get started. For today's recipe, you will need 2 large eggplants, 12 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese, 4 ounces of grated Parmesan cheese plus some more for sprinkling, a half a teaspoon of salt plus also some more for sprinkling, ground pepper to taste, extra virgin olive oil for drizzling, 3 large eggs, and non-stick cooking spray. You will also need a large bowl, a small bowl and a fork, a serving spoon, a cutting board with a large and small knife, a rectangular pyrex or baking dish, a rimmed baking sheet, some dry measuring cups, and some measuring spoons. So now that we've gotten all of our ingredients and tools together, let's get started on putting together our Almodrote de Berejena. The first thing you're going to want to do is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Then grab your cutting board and knives and one of your eggplants, and let's start cutting our eggplant. The first thing you're going to want to do is slice your eggplant down the middle very carefully using a large knife. Now, we are going to use our smaller knife to cut a crisscross pattern into our eggplant halves. The purpose of this is twofold. First, it is going to help our olive oil and salt and pepper penetrate our eggplant while it is baking. And second, it is going to help facilitate the removal of the eggplant flesh from the skin when we are ready to make our almodrote mixture. So this step is definitely important. Then, once you've cut your pattern into your eggplant halves, it is time to grab your extra virgin olive oil. What we will do is we will give our eggplant halves a little drizzle of the olive oil. The eggplant will immediately absorb the oil because eggplant is very spongy and it tends to just absorb the liquids immediately. So we are going to drizzle some on, and then we are going to very quickly use our fingers to rub the olive oil into the eggplant. You will repeat this process a couple of times, as you will notice that the olive oil gets quickly absorbed, so it becomes difficult to spread. So you need to be quick. Just drizzle it on, and then you can help the eggplant by opening it up a little bit so that the olive oil will fall into the slits that you created. And then, of course, use your fingers to spread the olive oil out over your eggplant. Now, once you've done this process to both of your eggplant halves, we will move on to seasoning our eggplant. So, grab a little bit of salt and give each of your eggplant halves a nice sprinkling of it. Then, sprinkle some black pepper over your eggplant halves. I am using black pepper from a grinder because it is the way that I prefer it, but you can use whatever black pepper you prefer. And of course, if you don't like the black pepper, then you can omit it. But I really like what it does to our almodrote. Now, repeat the same exact process of cutting, drizzling with olive oil, and seasoning our other eggplant. Now, grab your rimmed baking sheet. I cover mine with aluminum foil to make cleanup easier. Now, Take each of your eggplant halves and place them face down on that rimmed baking sheet. Then, using a fork, stab your eggplants a few times to help them release some steam while they are baking. Then, once you are done with the stabbing of the eggplants, grab your tray and very carefully place it into your hot oven. We are going to partially bake our eggplant to help us scoop it out in preparation for our almodrote. So, set a 30-minute timer so that our eggplant only partially bakes and that flesh side down gets yummy and delicious. Once the 30 minutes pass, pull your eggplants out of the oven, but do not turn your oven off. And we are going to let our eggplants rest for a few minutes until they are cool enough to be handled. Once they are, very carefully use your serving spoon to help you gently release the eggplants from the foil and one by one flip them over. Then, using that same spoon, we are going to scoop our eggplant out into our large bowl. So grab a half at a time and use your spoon to scoop out all that yummy flesh into our bowl. Repeat this process until you have scooped out all of the flesh from all 4 of your eggplant halves. So once you have scooped out all of your flesh, you are going to notice that your flesh is a little chunky. It's got a few large pieces. So right in that same bowl, you are going to grab a fork and a knife and you are going to use it to cut your flesh up into smaller pieces and mash it, if you will. You are going to chop it up as much as you can with your fork and knife, and then once you've chopped it up into very small pieces, you can use the back of your fork to give your eggplant flesh a little bit of a mashing. So this is what your eggplant should look like once it is ready for your next ingredients. Now, grab your shredded mozzarella cheese and you are going to add it directly on top of your eggplant. Once you have done so, then you can do the same with your Parmesan cheese. Now switch over to your serving spoon and give this mixture a nice mix until the eggplant is well combined with both of your cheeses. Now once your cheeses are well incorporated, sprinkle on your salt and once again use your spoon to mix it in, making sure that it is well incorporated into the mixture. Now set this bowl aside and grab your small bowl and crack into it 3 large eggs. Then use your fork and beat those eggs really well. Now take those eggs and pour them into your eggplant and cheese mixture. Now use your spoon to make sure that your eggs are well incorporated into your yummy eggplant and cheese mixture. Once all of your ingredients have been well combined, then grab your rectangular pyrex and give it a nice spray with non-stick cooking spray. Then grab your bowl and with the help of your spoon, pour your mixture into the prepared pyrex. Once your mixture is in, use the back of your spoon to help spread the mixture out evenly amongst the pyrex. Then grab your grated Parmesan cheese and give your almodrote a gentle sprinkling of it. Now your almodrote is ready for baking, so very carefully grab your pyrex and put it into your hot oven. Then set a 30-minute timer to allow it to bake. Once the 30 minutes have passed, I like to set my oven to broil for 3 minutes because I like the color that it gives to my almodrote. So change the setting on your oven to broil and set a 3-minute timer. But it is very important that you keep the light on in your oven and you watch it to make sure that your almodrote does not burn. you are looking for a beautiful golden color. I absolutely love the effect that it gives, but it is truly optional. It's really up to you. Your almodrote now looks spectacular, but it smells absolutely incredible. And listen to that wonderful sizzle. The yummy cheeses, that touch of olive oil, and the delicious eggplant have come together for an amazing, delicious eggplant casserole. This is a dish that everyone who is an eggplant fan will love. So now to the best part. Let's cut a piece of almodrote so we can try it. It looks absolutely incredible and it smells delicious. Look how golden and delicious this almodrote looks. I cannot wait to taste it. It's that yummy, cheesy goodness that I love so much that reminds me of my mom and tastes like home. Oh, I can't wait. This is so good. Here I go. Delicious, just like I remember. It is absolutely delicious. It's got that yummy eggplant taste. I need to get another bite. That yummy cheese that has just a little sharpness to it. Absolutely delicious. So good. You are going to love it. Now tell me that doesn't look absolutely incredible. It is so yummy and it gets golden in the oven and it smells incredible while it's baking. So if you are an eggplant fan, you are going to love this recipe. Trust me. No, better yet, don't trust me. You're gonna have to try to make this recipe yourself. If you've enjoyed today's recipe, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And most importantly, remember to subscribe to my channel and touch that little notification bell so that you don't miss out on a single amazing recipe that I have planned for you. See you next time. Sally, that girl in the kitchen.